talking to myself. There we go. Right, let me just swap cameras. You don't want to see my ugly mug. There we go. Right, the first one I'm going to tie is a little caddis pattern, and they're size 12 jig hooks. I don't know if you can see them. I got one in the vise with a 3mm tungsten bead. I get mine from Ian Gillard at Get Slotted. They're excellent quality stuff. So you've slipped your bead on. Cut your tying thread on. And see the way the bead wobbles at the back? Just keep building up a little bit of thread there until it stops moving. There we go. And then just lay a bit of thread. Don't matter if they don't, if they're not touching. Up to the where it starts to go around the bend. Move your tying thread. And you get a bit of chenille. A little bit of chenille and a lighter. And burn the end. Then you get that result. You can use different colors. I'll show you a few other ones I've done in different colors in a minute. But pinch and loop. Coming down the hook shank. Remove the waist. And then back up to just, I like to just lightly go around the bend with it. So it sort of dips. And then get yourself a partridge feather. Pull all the fibers back. And then cut the waist away so you end up with a little diamond. And you could tie it in. I'll do it on my side of the hook shank. There we go. Get your hackle pliers. Fold all the fibers back. And then you want about 2 turns. There's one. There's 2. And then tie it in. Cut off your waist. And then fold the fibers forward. I got a few trapped there, so use your dubbing needle. There we go. Go down to the bead, get some copper wire, cut off about a 3-inch strand and pop it in the back of the hole, because they're slotted beads. There's like a gap on the back. Just chuck it into there, take it down. So that's tied in. Now make yourself you can either split the thread or make a dubbing loop. I can't see too well at the minute, so instead of trying to split the thread, I'll do a dubbing loop. Get yourself some hare's fur. This is from Turrell's, and it's this one's a light hare's fur. Pinch out a few and put it inside your dubbing loop, and keep doing that till you filled your loop. And then close the loop, and then twist it. If you close your loop, and then instead of resting it on your finger, rest it on your dubbing needle, and then spin it. You see that there? And if there's any big bulky bits, like that bit there, just pull a bit off. And then just start winding your dubbing loop down the hook shank. Till you get to the bead. Lift it, one behind, one in front, one behind, one in front. Now that should be secure. Remove your waist. And then with your couple wire, we wound it clockwise. So take your wire in open turns anti-clockwise down the shank. Open turns. And tie it in. One in front, one behind. And then hold your thread tight and helicopter your wire off till it snaps. Little tiny touch of dubbing. Dub it onto your tying thread. Just wind in the one way. And fill that gap. Forgive me for the squeaky, squeaky bobbin and whip finish. Dubbing needle in. Belts and braces, always do it twice. Now you can put a little bit of varnish on your wraps, but this is wax thread, so I shouldn't really need to do that. And then you can get your where's my Velcro brush? Bear with me a minute. Here we go. And then just rough it up a bit. And there is your Hare's ear caddis. Anybody got any questions?
Very nice, Derek.
Say again, Paul?
Very nice, Derek. To stop your bobbin squeaking, just rub the ends with where the spool. Run it through the side of your nose. It'll stop it squeaking.
Yeah.
It works, honestly.
Hang on then. All right, we'll try that for the next one. Everybody happy with that?
Lovely.
Now the next one is virtually a repeat of that, but it's tied with different materials. So hook in a vice.
What size hook is it, Derek?
Size 12, Adam.
Okay.
Did I not show you that to start with? Size 12. I like these little jig hooks.
They look brutally sharp, don't they?
They are, just stuck in my finger. So once again, build the thread up to stop it from moving. Take your thread down to the bend of the hook. That's work, Paul.
Always does.
Yeah, bit of on the side of your nose. I'll remember that for next time. Once again, the same as we did before. Catch him in. Trim your waist. Back down to the bend, and then just slightly round. Same as we did before, little feather, partridge feather. Cut the tip off. So you got that little diamond shape. Catch him in. Hackle pliers. Pull all the fibers back. And then you can wrap it. There's one. There's two. Now this one's a lot more simple to tie than the previous one because it's the body's chewing gum chenille. Ian Gillard was kind enough to give me some at not last year's BFFI, the year before. It's FNF chewing gum chenille. This stuff. So as with any chenille, when you find the end, pull a few fibers off, which will leave you with a central core. And then pinch and loop and tie it in. Caught a few fibers there, so then down to the bead. And then wind your chewing gum chenille as you would with a fritz down the hook shank. So one behind, one in front, one behind, one in front, and then you can remove it. Quick finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again. And that is your chewing gum caddis. It's quite effective with the rubber. It's just like little bits of crystals in the body case. Anybody got any questions on that one?
Oh, very nice, Derek.
I'll show you a couple more in a minute. Tied with that's with using white chenille. There's one using a fluorescent green chenille, fluorescent green, fluorescent yellow. There's another one. I dyed the chenille in like an amber. Would have been easy to get the chenille out of the bag and show you, wouldn't it? Everybody happy with them? So let me put all that lot to one side. So the next fly is a little lure. And Pete will recognise this one, you Pete? It's tied on a B175, which is a heavy Camazan heavy hook. I've already threaded the bead on. Chuck all them hooks back in. Nobody else in the waiting room is in now. So push the bead up to the eye. Catch on your tying thread. And once again, build up a dam. You don't want that bead traveling up the hook shank. What I normally, I'll show you what I normally do. Just take that off. What I normally do is catch your tying thread on and put a couple of layers of thread which helps stop it moving, stops it wobbling. A bit more. That's better. whip finish. Remove your waste. Slide the bead back up and then reattach your tying thread. Take it down. If you use your thread at a 45-degree angle, the thread will slide down to the previous wrap. Marabou. If you think of your finger, the length of your thumb is 1.5 inches, and you want about 1 inch. So, very quick ones, might be getting up. I'm in the middle of doing a demo, David. See the curly bits, cut them off. And then you pick at it with your finger and thumb, you get all the loose bits of fluff. Bring it back down. Pinch and loop. And then if you lift it up, it should stay on top of the hook shank. And then a wrap behind, another wrap behind. There we are. Now your tail, we could move that a bit, couldn't I? Your tail, use your finger and thumb to rip the fibers off. Bit of, I think this is mobile, red mobile. Where's the, here we are. Couple of strands. And then just nip them, catch them. I'm catching these on my side of the hook shank, so you won't be able to see them. Take it down and then back up again. And then trim it to the edge of the tail. And then do the same on your side. Don't worry if there's a bit of a mess. You can tidy that up. And as I did on my side, trim the waist. Yeah. This is from Bob Swann at Castlefeathers. Dennis The Menace Fritz. It's basically a red and black straggle. Pull off. few inches. Take your thread back down, not quite all the way. Pinch and loop. And then back up to the bead. And I've just pulled it out. So reattach it. We'll cut that waste off. Reattach it. And then take your tying thread back down. Keep folding the fibers back. All the way up to the bead. Lift it upright, one behind, one in front, one behind, one in front. That should be secure then, so you can remove the waste. Fold all those fibers back. Tidy it up. And then whip finish. 1, 2, 3. Needle. One, 2, 3. There we go. Nice, simple, easy fly. And because it's on a 3.8 mil bead, 3.8 mil red bead, it's got a lovely, as you retrieve it, it's got that lovely, how can I show this on here? It's got that lovely dipping motion like that. Anybody got any questions on that?
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
That's obviously Dennis the Menace. Is there such a fly called Gnasher to go with it?
We'll have to make one of them up, Pete.
Exactly.
Right, bear with me a minute while I put all this lot by. Oh, I haven't shown you my dubbing needle, have I? How nice is that?
Very nice.
Bit of class there, Derek. Bit of class.
Bram Fleerman from Holland made it for me.
Oh, yeah, he wants to swap stuff, doesn't he? That's right.
Yeah. So what he's going to do, he's going to send me a load of them. And he does them in bone as well. 500 million years old.
Wow.
And he also uses like a hardwood.
Was you
Yeah.
back then, Derek?
Yeah.
Were you about then, Derek?
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Paul.
I say, were you about then?
Will I?
Were you
Was
about then?
about
Oh,
500 million years ago.
years. I know I'm bald, but oh. Now the next fly, let's tip all this out. A couple of you lads will know this one because we did it. We watched Alun Rees tie it on Monday night.
Are you going to do a better job, are you, Derek?
No, he did. He did a lovely job. Little Black Nemo Cruncher. So, hook. Oh, put them beads back. Hook is a size 8. No, it's not. That's one I use for the Dennis The Menace. Hook's a size 10, either a B175, but in a size 10. So pop him in the vise. Change threads. Thread I'm using is a fire orange uni thread in 8/0. You can get them in 6 as well, but I prefer using the 8. Cut your thread on. About a quarter of the way down, remove the excess. Black pheasant tail fibers. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Black cock hackle fibers. Get rid of all the waste. Pull them at 90 degrees to the hook shank. Swap fingers. Tear it off. Offer it up. Pinch a loop. Lift it vertical, and it'll stay on top of the hook shank. That's a little bit long, but never mind. There we go. Get rid of your waste. No, I'm not happy with that. There we go. Run it down to the hook, to the bend of the hook. Perfect. Now there's 2 ribs on this. Now the one that's going to be wound last is your silver wire or gold wire. Chop off about 3 inches.
What you got that stored on, Barry?
It's on a it's a little clip that goes round it, and you can just let me.
Is that a magnet on it as well?
No, it's a little hole in it, and you can pull your wire through the it'll revolve around your wire, so it doesn't all spring out.
Oh, cool.
Is that a heating pipe clip, Derek? It looks like the sort of plastic clip you hold pipes with.
It's got a magnet on it.
Good idea, whatever.
Yeah, I think was it Lars person sent it to me. On the dropper. What's it? That runs on the dropper. But they're brilliant. They are. So catch in your wire and then pull it. Wind it down. That's going to be your last rib. Your first rib is red holographic tinsel, and this is in a medium. Catch it on. And then your body. Black pheasant tail. Pull it. And then take your thread up to the thorax area. You can either use your hackle pliers or use your fingers. I tend to use my finger and thumb. So I'll trap it on the one side with my thumb. Trap it on the other side with my finger and just wrap it up the hook shank. If the pheasant tail fibers are quite short, you're better off using your hackle pliers. Hold it upright, one behind, one in front, one behind, one in front. Trim your waist. Now, because we took the pheasant tail fibers that way, wind your red holographic in open turns in the opposite direction. One behind, one in front, one behind, one in front. You can then remove your waist and wind your wire over the top of the red holographic tinsel. And it locks everything into place. Hold your thread tight and helicopter your wire till it snaps. Don't use your scissors. There's a thorax. You can use peacock herl. That I like to use this stuff. Peacock black glister. You don't need a lot. A couple of strands. Twist it onto your tying thread. And then you want the hen hackle. It's like a badger. Pull all the waste off the bottom and tie it in. One in front, one behind. Then fold the stalk back. And that ain't going anywhere. Remove your stalk. Grab your hackle pliers. Catch in the tip. Bend all those fibers backwards. And then you can wind it. Two or three turns, I think that's 3. Oh. This hackle doesn't want to play. I've snapped the tip out of it. Don't worry if you trap some in the front. Remove the stalk. Fold it all back. And then do your whip finish. Double needle. And the red thread, it just gives it an extra trigger point. You could use black thread. And there we go. That's your Black Nemo Cruncher. Any questions on that? No, everybody happy? Chuck all this lot by. And the next one I got for you is a little chocolate drop hopper. Let's have a little sip of the Jack Daniels. These are good hooks. Partridge SLDs, fine dries. This is a size 12. So fit it into the vise. Catch on your tying thread. Run it down to the bend. Just about where the point is. Point to the hook. And then take another couple of turns. This is lovely stuff. When you hold it up to the light, it's got a lovely orange sunburst hue to it. I'm going to take it a bit further. Make a dubbing loop, because I can't see in the kitchen here. I can split the thread in my tying desk in the front room, but I can't see to do it here. Hang on, there's a dodgy bit of thread there. One minute. So open up your dubbing loop. Feed in your rabbit fur. Just stay on your dubbing needle. Close the loop. I got a lot of dubbing on there, so the loose stuff, just pull it off. Chip it back. I got this stuff off Bob Swann as well. So take your thread up to the thorax and start winding your dubbing loop. Needle down. So once again, one behind, one in front. one behind, one in front. You can take your waste off. And then with your Velcro brush, if there's any loose stuff, it'll come away in your fingers. We're going to give it some legs. And these vineyards, cock pheasant, knotted on the quill. You want about 6. Get rid of all the stalky bits on the end. Off from up, pinch and loop. Get rid of your waste. A bit of a tidy up. CDC depends on the size of the hook that you use, but I'm going to use 3 CDC plumes, lay one on top of one on top of the other. Let's get 3 plumes out. Here's one. Lay it on your finger and thumb. Next one. Lay that on top. And the third one. Lay it on top. I'll have to lay them on a table. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Offer it up. Check the length. Pinch and loop. Remove the waste. and then tidy it all up. And then your hackle. Badger hackle. Prepare the end. We're cutting it into a comb. And then tie it in. I'll pop a whip finish in there. That's gonna. Something wrong with this thread. That's your thread back on because there we go. Do as you've been doing before, fold it. One behind, one in front. One behind, one in front. Fold everything back. Whip finish. And again. Move your waist before I do that. Move your waist up. Oh. And remove your waist. There we go. And underneath the fly, if you trim those fibers, that'll sit in the film. Everybody happy with that one? Yeah, thumbs up.
That's a cracking fly. It really is.
Oh, it'll float all day long. And the like I said before, the chocolate colouring, if you hold it, you can't see it here, but if you hold it up to the, let me see if I can put my phone on. See when it gets the sun, see, look at that. It's got that lovely hue to it, the sunburst orange. Oh, I can't turn the bloody light off. There we go. So once again, let me chuckle this lot by. And I can do one more if you're all happy for me to do another one.
Yeah, carry on, Derek. All night.
The legs back. Oh, no wonder the hooks won't go back in. I'll do that in a minute. Oh, another sip of the old JD. Put them in there. This next fly is a courtesy of Phil Middleton. He tied it for us in April. So the hooks are a B175, size 10. A little fluorescent yellow bead. Pop it in through the thin end. Put a bed of white thread. Push the bead to the front. Catch your tying thread back on. Build a little dam behind the bead. Stop it migrating. Remove your waist. Plume of ice white marabou. Once again, about an inch. And tear it off the stalk. Wet your finger and thumb. And then give it a roll. The clag at the end, nip it straight. Pinch it with your finger and thumb to get all the bulk out, the waste. You can't see it very well there. Pinch and loop. Turn behind, underneath. Another turn just to kick it up. And use your finger and thumb. and then tear it off. If it's a little bit unruly, wet your finger and thumb, and it'll stay in place. The rib is medium opal pearl tinsel, mirage, lovely stuff. Pull off a few inches. And then tie it on the shank. The dubbing item, Adam Pritchard gave me this. It's a Chuck and Duck limited edition fluorescent yellow glow dubbing. Use a finger and thumb, a bit of wet on your fingers. And I've just dropped it on the floor. So spin it. Tighten it up every now and again. Don't go all the way to the bead, because you'd be putting a hackle in here. Back. And then wind your pearl mylar, open turns, same way that you did your dubbing, and it'll bed into the dubbing. One behind, one in front, one behind, one in front. You can remove that now. Now the hackle, the waist jungle cock. You know, from there, you take all the splits from the feather, but these are left at the top left and top right hand side. So fold all the fibers back. There's me. Pinch it there like that when you're done. And fold all in fibers. Once again, trim it so you got that little diamond. Trap it in. Hackle pliers. That hasn't gone right, has it? Yeah, it's better. Hold it upright. One behind, one in front. One behind, one in front. You can remove your buckle feather. Fold everything back. And whip finish. And again. What's Pete put there?
What do you call that one, Derek? It looks a bit like a yellow dancer.
Yeah, it's one that Phil tied. It's the Flybox cat.
Okay.
Because all the materials, Flybox were having a giveaway. If you phoned up and got in touch with them or sent them the cost of the stamp, they sent you a plume. They sent a pack. I can't remember if it's a pack of feathers, pack of plumes, hooks, beads, and dubbing and lurex, and they cut the lurex into lengths, for one for each fly. That's the Flybox cat. And that's it.
Very good, Derek. Thank you very much for standing in, mate.
I swap the camera.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah. Thanks, Derek.
Hollywood next, mate.
Thanks very much, Derek.
Well done, Dale. Good night.
Anybody got any questions?
Very, very enjoyable, mate. Very, very enjoyable. Thank you.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Good.
So hopefully see you on Sunday, Pete.
Fingers crossed. Watch the WhatsApp, please, for an update. I'm expecting a phone call from Rachel tomorrow lunchtime. And at the moment, we're go.
Tidy.
Yeah?
All right, mate.
I'm gagging to go, mate.
Oh, I haven't stopped the recording.
He's only after the breakfast.
Yeah.